This morning, I'm going to talk on some few relationship terms which may be of great interest to especially those people who are in the dating scene. One of the terms which I'm going to discuss is what we call the cheerleader effect or the bridesmaid paradox, or we call it the sorority girl syndrome or spruce girl syndrome. Now, with the cheerleader effect, it is argued that when girls are in a group of other girls, they appear to be very beautiful, to be very presentable, to be very hot, but then if they are alone, if they are assessed individually, they look very different. This is because of what we call the law of average. The law of average is that it's when we're in a group, it is more of compensatory. Even if you have got some traits which are not nice, which are not okay, you are more likely to look very beautiful like your colleague. It is more of something what people, when they come to behavior, people will try to behave like their friends so that they are not seen as if they are out of the group, what we call the bandwagon effect. But now, when it comes to the cheerleader effect, in that group, the girls, some girls will look beautiful when they are not. And so, if a man make a judgment and end up being deceived by the cheerleader effect or the bridesmaid paradox, they are more likely to regret and think they were deceived. But they were not deceived. It's because of the cheerleader effect or the sorority syndrome. So it's important to be aware of the cheerleader effect within the relationship circles or within also the dating scenes. Secondly, I will talk about what we call the gremlin theory. Gremlin theory, he argued that there are three ways in which you can make sure that the girl who is interested with you does not get you. It doesn't graduate to a relationship to another level. You don't get into a situation where you are going to define the relationship. And so, according to the gremlin theory, he said, one, never let the girl shower at your place. Secondly, never see her during the day. And thirdly, don't let her sleep at your place. The gremlin theory are three rules which he felt should be followed if you don't want to graduate to the level of serious girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. If you treat your girl following those three rules, you are not going to get anywhere in the relationship. Then there is what we call the 3 days rule. The 3 days rule states this: when you have got into a relationship and now you are going out for dating, you have already seemed as if you are establishing a sort of a relationship. In the three days rule, it states when you go out for dating, when you go out for dating and the person shares information with you, information so that you can be communicating. The 3-day rule says, even if you don't go out for dating, you have just shared the contact, you should not contact that person. Don't contact that person until the 3 days are over. This is an etiquette issue for those people who are in the dating scene. When somebody has asked you, please, can I have your number? Somebody should not share with you a number and in a matter of hours, the person is ringing you. According to the 3 days rule, that one is wrong. You should wait for the 3 days. And some people have argued that this 3 days rule is also tied up with the biblical days which Jesus stayed in the grave. So it should be 3 days, neither one or more or less, exactly 3 days. Then there is what we call the lemon rule. The lemon rule states, when you have gone out for an evening date with somebody, it should just take 5 minutes for you to decide if you are going to stay the whole evening or the remaining hours with that man or woman. That is what is called the lemon rule. Just 5 minutes is enough for you to make a decision, not more than 5 minutes for you to decide if you are going to continue with that person. So then, there is what is also called the graduation goals. According to the graduation goals, is when somebody is about to graduate, even the environment which the person needed, it seems to be having another phase. You want even to stay longer. Even the things related in a place, you wish you can even stay longer in that place. You feel as if you are going to miss many friends and you never see them again. And so the Google's effect is usually used in a case where you have been in a relationship but now you want to call it off. So the person might act as if the relationship will never break. And the person may be deceived that this person is really out for a more permanent relationship. But then the person is enjoying you the last minutes with you. It is called the Google's effect, or the graduation goals. And finally, there is what I call the orphan mentality. The orphan mentality, I have coined it to explain when ladies and gentlemen come to a relationship, all of a sudden the scenario changes when it comes to ladies. The ladies now, they end up becoming orphans. They end up becoming very disparate. They end up becoming very poor. They end up now saying they have even no phone. They want money for house rent. They want money for food. They explain as if they are starving. They want money for gas. They want money for shoes. They want money for clothes. All of a sudden, they have become orphans. They have become poor because they have got into a relationship. And you see, this orphan mentality has really discouraged many men, and they really wonder, how happened this lady, or did she not have a phone? Did she not have shoes? How happened the gas has got finished? when we have got into a relationship. How often even clothes is a problem. How often even the phone is a problem. And this also happens that even if the ladies have got money, they are going to pretend as if they have got nothing. It will be difficult for a lady to buy a gentleman even a cup of coffee. They are simply going to behave like orphans. They turn out to be perpetual beggars. And that is why I'm calling it the orphan mentality, because orphans are vulnerable. And so ladies, when they get into a relationship, they pretend to be vulnerable and they seem to have nothing. And so they are giving the wish list to the gentleman. Please buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. It's a list of wishes. And so what am I trying to say? The orphan mentality is something which when you get into dating relationship, it should be a red flag when you get your girlfriend all of a sudden turning out to be an orphan, turning out to be a perpetual beggar, and crying to you until you just wish you would not like to have this beggar in your life. Otherwise, thank you very much. I hope these terminologies you have understood about them and you are going to apply them in real life. In case of any comments, I would encourage you to make them in my channel, A Moments in Rokwaru. Adios.